Hydrogen bond, it is a special type of dipole-dipole interaction. You know that it is the attractive force between the hydrogen atom of one molecule with the electronegative atom of the other molecule. It exists in molecules like ammonia, water, HF. Now, why hydrogen bond is important? Because it determines the structure of many compounds like proteins. Now, consider HF. There will be attractive forces between the hydrogen of one molecule with the fluorine of another molecule. So, this type of attractive force which exists between hydrogen of one molecule with the electronegative atom of another molecule is known as hydrogen bond. So, we have studied about all the three different types of attractive intermolecular forces: dispersion or London forces, then dipole-dipole forces, and the third one, dipole-induced dipole forces. And hydrogen bond is a special type of dipole-dipole interaction. Let us now consider the repulsive forces. Now, when two molecules are brought close to each other, repulsive forces will exist between the electron clouds as well as between the nuclei. It is found that the magnitude of the repulsive force increases as the distance decreases. Let us now try to understand more about intermolecular forces and thermal energy. Intermolecular forces tend to keep the molecules together. Suppose if we consider a substance existing in the solid state, we know that in a solid state the molecules are very close to each other, or the particles are very close to each other. As a result of which, in the solid state, the intermolecular forces of attraction will be very high. Now, if we consider a substance in the gaseous state, we know that in a gaseous state, the particles or the molecules are very far apart from each other. So, what about the intermolecular forces of attraction? It will be very weak if a substance exists in the gaseous state. Now, consider thermal energy. What is thermal energy? It is the energy arising from the motion of the atoms. And thermal energy is found to be directly proportional to temperature. It means as the temperature increases, thermal energy will also increase. Thermal energy gives us a measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles. Since thermal energy is the energy arising from the movement or the motion of the atoms, thermal energy will give us a measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles. So, this energy is responsible for the movement of particles. So, this is known as thermal motion. Consider solid state. In a solid state, we know that the particles occupy fixed positions. The particles are not free to move about. Whereas thermal energy is energy arising from the motion of the atoms. But here in the solid state, since the particles are not free to move about, thermal energy will be minimum in the solid state. Now consider gaseous state. In the gaseous state, we know that the particles are free to move about, as a result of which thermal energy will be maximum in the gaseous state. So we can conclude that the three states of matter are as a result of a balance between intermolecular forces and thermal energy. So it is the balance between intermolecular force and thermal energy which decides the state of matter. If we consider gaseous state, liquid state and solid state, in which case the intermolecular interactions will be more or maximum. The intermolecular forces of interactions will be maximum in the solid state. What about thermal energy? It will be maximum in the case of gaseous state. So as we move from gaseous state to liquid and then to the solid state, the thermal energy will decrease. Let us now study in detail about gaseous state. In the periodic table, we have certain elements which exist in the gaseous state. Which are those elements? Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are the elements which exist in the gaseous state. And we have also studied about the properties of gases. We know that gases are highly compressible. Then gases exert pressure equally in all directions and they have lower density compared to solids and liquids. And gases do not have a definite volume, they do not have a definite shape. Gases mix evenly with each other. So these are the properties associated with the gaseous state. Now it is found that the behavior of gases is governed by certain laws. Now what are these laws? These laws are certain relationships. These relationships occur between measurable properties. Which are the properties to be considered here? The properties are pressure, volume, temperature and mass. So behavior of gases will be governed by certain laws. These laws are nothing but relationships which exist between measurable properties like pressure, volume, temperature and mass.